Did you know food history is full of bizarre secrets? The stories behind your favorite foods are stranger than fiction. Stick around because the truth behind some everyday items, especially fact number 8, will absolutely blow your mind. First up, let's talk about ketchup. Today, it's the king of condiments, but back in the 1830s, it wasn't for your fries. It was medicine. An Ohio physician named Dr. John Cook Bennett started selling ketchup pills, claiming they could cure everything from indigestion to jaundice. He even published recipes for tomato pills in newspapers, touting tomatoes as a miracle cure-all. Imagine going to the pharmacy for a bottle of ketchup tablets. The craze didn't last long as copycat products made false claims and the medical ketchup empire crumbled. But for a brief, weird moment in history, ketchup was what the doctor ordered. Next, let's unwrap the story of chocolate. We see it as a sweet treat, but for the Aztecs, it was serious business. Cacao beans, the source of chocolate, were so valuable they were used as currency. You could literally buy things with chocolate. A turkey might cost you 100 cacao beans, while a single tomato was worth just 1 bean. They didn't eat it sweetened like we do. Instead, they ground the beans into a bitter, frothy drink called Zocotero, often spiced with chili peppers. It was a status symbol, reserved for warriors, nobility, and priests. So the next time you bite into a chocolate bar, remember you're enjoying something once worth more than gold. Now, who do we thank for the humble sandwich? A gambler! The story goes that in 1762, John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, was in the middle of a marathon 24-hour gambling session. He didn't want to stop for a proper meal, so he ordered his servants to bring him slices of roast beef tucked between 2 pieces of bread. This allowed him to eat with one hand and keep playing cards with the other. His gambling buddies saw this genius invention and started asking for the same as sandwich. And just like that, a lunchtime legend was born, all thanks to a man who couldn't bear to leave the card table. Let's move on to pizza. It's a global superstar now, but it came from very humble beginnings in Naples, Italy. For centuries, pizza was seen as food for the poor. It was just flatbread topped with whatever was cheap and available, usually tomatoes, garlic, lard, and salt. The upper classes looked down on it. That all changed in 1889 when Queen Margherita of Italy visited Naples. She was tired of fancy French cuisine and wanted to try a local dish. A baker named Raffaele Esposito created a pizza for her with the colors of the Italian flag: red tomatoes, white mozzarella, and green basil. She loved it, and the pizza margherita was born. Royal approval turned pizza from peasant food into a national treasure. Did you know the world's most famous soft drink had a much more potent ingredient in its early days? When Coca-Cola was first launched in 1886 by pharmacist John Pemberton, it was marketed as a patent medicine. It was supposed to cure headaches, fatigue, and nerve problems. And one of its key ingredients, a small amount of extract from coca leaves, yes, the same plant cocaine comes from. It also contained caffeine-rich cola nuts. The name Coca-Cola literally comes from these 2 ingredients. The cocaine was removed from the recipe around 1903, but it's a wild fact that for a time, Coca-Cola really did give you a lift. Halfway through, and I bet your mind is already spinning. If you're loving these crazy food facts, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with a friend who needs to know these secrets. All right, let's dig into potatoes. Today they are a staple food worldwide. But when they first arrived in Europe from South America in the 16th century, people were terrified of them. They were part of the nightshade family, which includes poisonous plants like belladonna, so people thought potatoes were toxic too. In France, they were even banned for a while. The person who changed their reputation was a French army pharmacist named Antoine-Augustin Parmentier. He knew they were nutritious, so he hosted lavish dinners for royalty, featuring only potatoes. He even had King Louis XVI wear a potato flower in his buttonhole. Seeing the elite eat them, the public finally accepted the potato. What about the ice cream cone? It was a delicious accident. At the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, ice cream was incredibly popular. One vendor was selling so much that he ran completely out of dishes to serve it in. Right next to his booth was a vendor named Ernest Hamwi, who was selling thin, waffle-like pastries called jalebia. Seeing the ice cream vendor's problem, Hamwi had a brilliant idea. He rolled one of his warm waffles into a cone shape, let it cool, and handed it to the ice cream vendor. He plopped a scoop of ice cream on top, and the world's first ice cream cone was created. A simple act of teamwork in a moment of crisis gave us one of summer's greatest joys. Here it is, the fact I promised would shock you. The microwave oven, a fixture in almost every modern kitchen, wasn't invented by a chef. It was an accidental discovery made by an engineer named Percy Spencer in 1945. He was working with a device called a magnetron, which produced microwaves for radar systems. One day, he noticed that a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted while he was standing near the active magnetron. Intrigued, he experimented with other foods. The first food he deliberately cooked was popcorn. The next was an egg, which exploded in a colleague's face. From this messy, surprising discovery came the revolutionary appliance that changed how we cook forever. Ready for a botanical brain bender? Let's talk about bananas and strawberries. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about fruit. Botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit produced from the ovary of a single flower, with the outer layer of the ovary wall developing into a fleshy pericarp. By this definition, bananas, grapes, and even avocados are technically berries. So what about strawberries? They are not true berries. They're what's known as an aggregate accessory fruit. The fleshy part develops from the receptacle that holds the ovaries, not the ovaries themselves. The things we call seeds on the outside are actually the real fruits. So, bananas are berries, but strawberries are not. Weird, right? Finally, let's wrap up with instant noodles. This revolutionary food was invented by Momofuku Ando in Japan in 1958. After World War II, Japan faced food shortages, and Ando wanted to create a cheap, convenient, and long-lasting food to help feed the population. He spent a year experimenting in a small shed in his backyard. His breakthrough came when he figured out that by flash frying steamed noodles, he could dehydrate them and give them a long shelf life. All you had to do was add hot water. He called his invention chicken ramen. It was an instant hit, and today, over 100 billion servings of instant noodles are eaten worldwide every year. From a simple shed to a global food phenomenon. And there you have it. 10 bizarre food history secrets you probably never knew. Which one shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through food history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. See you next time.